Hello everyone and welcome back to the Velocity channel, where this is your bridge to financial freedom. Listen, we have some brand new numbers here up on the board. We're going to explain how to get out of all that debt that you're in with what you have. And have you ever heard of the statement, it doesn't matter how much you make? We want to show you what they mean by way of demonstration by that statement, okay? Before we get into that, we want you to like, share, and subscribe so that everyone around the world can know the power of Velocity banking regardless of how much they bring in. Are you ready? Well, so am I. Listen, just like we do in every video, we want you to know what is going on here. Yes, we have a loan. In particular, it's a cash flow sucking auto loan worth $70,000. There's a reason we are using that number. We want to show you what's possible when you're allocating your finances the correct way. $1,162 each and every month. We have an inefficiency score. Remember this now. 0 to 50, that's the inefficiency, okay? We want to make sure that any loan that we have, whether it's a student loan, whether it's a mortgage, whether it's an auto loan, any loan that is between 0 to 50, we want to get rid of those right away. Those are cash flow sucking loans. Now, the cash flow index is calculated like this. Loan balance divided by minimum monthly payment is cash flow index. That's the number that's going to tell us when to get rid of those loans, whether we make those loans a priority for elimination or not. In this particular loan that is worth $70,000 at $1,162 each and every month, it did score a CFI of 60, which means it's in the caution zone. That means you can restructure the loan, you can refinance the loan, or hey, you can even ask for a lower interest rate, okay? So you have some wiggle room there so that you can get that cash flow increased. But I'm going to show you how to cash flow increase right now, even without trying to talk to the banks. So in line of credit, we have the $10,000 at 21%. Check out our income though. For those of you who have income that you're trying to actually build up, I want to show you the power of what you already have. Income, $4,000 each and every month. Outgo or expenses of $2,000, which leaves us still at a cash flow of $2,000. Now, this is going to be very powerful because we've got a balance on our line of credit of $10,000, but we also have a cash flow of not $1,000, but $2,000. Now, this is the powerful part about it, because what you're going to do is you're going to be dividing that line balance of $10,000 by the $2,000 in cash flow. That's going to show you how long you have to get out of that balance of $10,000. You got 5 months. Why? Because each and every month as you are using your line of credit as your new checking account, that $2,000 that's staying in there is what is paying that down. So that at the end of 5 months, guess what's replenished? Your $10,000. Now, before, your $10,000 wasn't doing anything. Before, it was just staying stagnant. But now that you're using your line of credit, that $10,000 is going to be doing more for you than it ever has before. Namely, getting rid of this minimum monthly payment monster. Here we go. You go to the dealership. The documents have been signed. And now you're stuck for $1,162 each and every month. But guess what? You know Velocity Banking. And you call up the finance department and say, $10,000 towards my balance, please, towards my principal balance. That immediately, in month 1, gets you to $60,000. Now, what does that mean? Well, I'll show you what it means. That means that in month 1, you jumped ahead 16 months. What is that, a year and 4 months? You just jumped ahead 16 months. Because in 16 months, that's what is supposed to be your balance. Your balance was supposed to be $60,000 or around $60,000 at the 16th month mark. But now it's $60,000 at the month 1 mark. Why? Because you're using your line of credit. Okay? So remember, when we're using our line of credit, the $10,000, it's going to take us some time to build that up, approximately 5 months, to build that $10,000 back up. But what happens when we build that $10,000 back up? When it's replenished at month 5, we can then deploy it. And then our balance will be what? About $50,000, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and draw this. Now remember, this is where the bank wants you versus where you can be with velocity banking. Does that make sense? So when we're at the $50,000 mark, I want you to take a look at how much is going to the interest, $425, and how much is going to the principal, $737. Now granted, there is more going to the principal, but that's why we want to get out of this loan as quick as possible. Because we know that this amount could be going to us. We know that this amount that's going to them month after month, $1,162, should be going to us. It should be going to our bank account so that we could build assets, buy businesses, invest. So as we continue on to pay each and every month the $1,162, we're also building back up, remember? Because we got that cash flow that's building our line of credit up. And after the 10th month, right? Because it's taken us 5 months to replenish it. After the 10th month, it's replenished. And now we can deploy it again to the principal. Not interest, to the principal. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and deploy it again. And at month 10, we are now at the $40,000 mark. Look at where the bank wants you. It wants you to be at the $40,000 mark at 43 months, not 10 months. But you know what? We don't want to go by the bank's plan anymore. We want to go by a better plan, the velocity banking plan. And so here we go. We're going to go ahead and do that month after month after month. Remember what you're up against, folks. As we continue to do this, you're up against a system that is debt-based. But as you know how to deploy your money the right way, as you know how to deploy your capital the correct way, the velocity banking way, you're going to see that these numbers are more than just numbers. They are a category by themselves because they're helping you. This line of credit is helping you to realize that the loans really aren't that big at all. Now, can you tell me what a person making $4,000 each and every month is doing with an auto loan of $70,000? Is that even realistic? It may not be. In your neck of the woods, it may not be. But I just showed you by the numbers how you can pay that off. I mean, even quicker than somebody that has an 800 credit score and a lower interest rate, because this is 10% interest rate, okay? 84 months. And so when you realize what you're up against, when you realize the power of leverage, you then realize, my goodness, I'm saving all of this interest because I'm going to be out in month 30 and these guys still want me to pay all the way up to the 84th month, all the way up to the 7th year. Look, and we're out at month 30. So we're no longer, after month 30, which is about 2 years, 2.5 years, okay? We are out of the $1,162 towards someone else. Now we can place that $1,162 to our rentals. Now we can place the $1,162 to our bank account. Because let's face it, we know best what to do with our money. And just because you're making the $4,000 and the expenses are $2,000 doesn't mean you can't do anything with it, as we just showed you. So what is the purpose of velocity banking? It's taking the little and making a lot. It's taking $1 and making it do the work of 1,000. That's what it's all about. So if you have any questions, please let me know. This is not rocket science, okay? It is not that you don't understand. It's just that there is a wall built up in your mind because we did not grow up with this knowledge. Yes, it is new. Is it confusing at first? It sure is. But the only reason why it's confusing is because you weren't taught this at the beginning stages of life. Like investors and some of my business owner friends teach their children, right? This isn't hard to them. This is like 2 + 2. But for you and I, it's kind of difficult because, well, we did not grow up with this knowledge. But now we can. When we master it, now we can teach the younger generation to master it. Now we can teach our community to master it. Now we can teach others to get out of the trap that others have laid for them. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Schedule a call with me. Make sure you get that class. The class is actually aimed so that you master this and it becomes second nature for you and your whole community if you so choose. God bless you. We'll see you in another video. Let me know what you want to see on the video. We'll actually go ahead and run it through so that you can understand as well. God bless you.